seeing more and more adult children returning home to live with their parents. Dr. Elaine Ducharme is a clinical psychologist from Glastonbury, Connecticut, and she is here today to talk more about this and what role parents should take. Dr. Ducharme, so nice to have you here.
Thank you. It's great to be here, Ashley.
What is happening? Why is this a trend that we're seeing?
Well, there are a couple of reasons. Primarily, the economy is a huge factor. So kids are getting out of college, there are no jobs, and they therefore can't afford an apartment, and they move home, sometimes, temporarily, sometimes for a fairly long period of time. The other is a skyrocketing divorce rate. We have so many marriages failing, and a lot of times when young couples separate or divorce, one person can't afford to live on their own, so they may move back home with their children, which is also another problem. And then the third reason that I see is I've seen a lot of people who have grown up feeling entitled. They've grown up in really nice homes, and now they're through school and they have kind of a crummy job or can't afford much, and they want to live the way they used to. So they kind of want to move back home until they can afford what they feel they should have.
It's just so comfortable.
It is so, way too comfortable.
I mean, these reasons make sense, but it's not always that they're moving back home that's the problem. It's the way that they're acting once they are back home. So what are some of the problems that you see when young adults move back in with their parents?
Well, the big issue is falling back into that syndrome of mom or dad and child, because now if you have a 23-year-old coming home, they may be expecting you, or you may jump right into the role of treating them as if they're 14. So you're cooking, you're doing their laundry.
Because they're your kid.
They're your kid.
Always.
And, so they're sleeping late on the weekends. They're maybe hanging out in the basement smoking pot. They're doing all of these things and acting as if they should be able to be the kid again. And parents have a really hard time feeling like they should set a limit and feel like they're being mean. And yet, really, by doing that, you're helping to launch them into young adulthood. But it's really that piece of, you're really a young adult, but I'm coming home and I'm acting like a kid again.
Exactly, and now it's good to give tips to parents so they know exactly what they can do should these problems arise, if this happens. So we're going to talk about what parents can do. The first thing they need to do is set a time limit. Okay, so if you say a deadline.
If you're going to move in back home, you have 6 months, you have a year, and have that firm. Okay, I mean, barring some unforeseen circumstances, let that child know this isn't a permanent event, because I've seen way too many kids move in 5 years later. They're just sitting around, and so that's number one. Make it clear what the rules of the house are. What do you expect of them? Are they expected to do chores? Are they expected to clean up after themselves? Are they expected to cook meals a couple of times a week, or do the laundry, clean bathrooms, those kinds of things? So you want to make sure that they know what your expectations are of them.
Now, and sometimes these young adults or adults are moving back in with children of their own.
Exactly. And so that becomes another issue that I hear parents talking about, is the kid may be expecting you to babysit. And you have to make it clear whether or not you really are wanting to babysit. I mean, most grandparents are thrilled to do that, but not every day, and not expecting that their kid gets to go out and party and be a teenager, and you get to be the one that's taking care of the children every night. So that can be a huge issue.
Yes.
Some of the other things involve making sure that they know your policy about drugs and alcohol. A lot of kids might think that it's okay, I smoked pot at college, what's the big deal, Well, first of all, it's illegal, but secondly, pot is very demotivating. So when kids are smoking pot, it makes it far less likely they're going to actually get out there and start looking for another job and do those kinds of things.
Right, of course. And also, sometimes they're moving in and they're not working, they're not in school, so they are just
hanging out. So you have to make it clear, what your expectations are. Do I expect you to be in school? Do I expect you to have a part-time job, a full-time job? During the day, what do you need to be doing? Are you taking over some of the chores, driving your brothers and sisters places? All of those kinds of things. And I truly recommend that all of these expectations be done in writing. Write it down, make a contract, because otherwise it is so easy to just fall into this, my kid, I feel bad for him, and he can't find a job, and so he's sleeping in the basement, and, all kinds of stuff. And you just really need to be concrete. Let your kid know what the expectations are, and you'll be able to move ahead far more readily.
I think it's difficult because parents want to naturally, of course, just take care of their children, of course. But sometimes that enables them and makes them too comfortable, and it only hurts them in the long run.
It really does. And you know, if you have a 23-year-old living at home and that's all they do is lay around and sleep or smoke pot or, you know, they often become very withdrawn. They don't even see their friends anymore because a lot of their friends are now living and developing their own lives. So by thinking that you're helping them by just letting them be there, you really aren't. And a good parent knows when to push their kid to help them achieve the appropriate developmental milestones. So, you know, if you do this and you have these rules set, it can be a wonderful experience because kids can save some money so they can afford an apartment. You can get some support with the rest of the family. And, you know, families have lived for generations together, but not when one part of the family feels like they're being used. So use this time well, get to know each other even better, and you can help launch your child into a really healthy adult world.
And set that time limit. That's
Absolutely.
very important. Well, Dr. Ducharme, it's so nice to have you here as always. Thank you very much for this advice.
Thank you.